Greetings, and thank you for joining us for the 68th episode of DC Animation with Spencer and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast Production. Today, I am joined by not one but two dear friends. Joining us today, we have Brandon. Brandon, what's going on?
How's it going? Glad to be
Doing all
here.
right.
Good, good.
Excellent. You know Brandon from our main podcast. You know Brandon from my very first episode of this show.
hmm
Brandon has been here, several times. I'm sure you're familiar with him. Also joining us today is Larry.
LARRYLP. I'm back here to be with DC, Spencer, friends, and family. I know
Hey.
it's a dog, but yeah,
Oh yeah, Larry, glad to have you. Now, of course, Larry always joins us for the end of an era, if you will.
hmm
Uh, I always have Brandon at the beginning and the end, and I have Larry at the end with us today. Larry joined us for Apocalypse War, and now Larry is with us for the end of the Tomorrowverse. So, gentlemen, before we get into the film, Brandon, could you just remind the people a little bit about your DC consumption?
Absolutely. I'm a DC guy from day one. My favorite superhero, is Superman. Go check that movie out. Movie of the year, possibly. But yeah, I've always gravitated towards DC. Marvel was cool, but DC was always like where I was at for me. I always resonated with the characters more, and they were just kind of. I always liked DC because they kind of felt like gods versus monsters, type of situation. So I always resonated with that a little more, and yeah, I just think this universe is really cool, and the rosters. So we've talked about it countless, but the roster of DC is just so deep to where like I want to. I read stuff about Question. I've read stuff about, you know what I mean, like plenty of different characters, Mister Miracle and Mister, you know what I mean, all these different characters. Where in Marvel, you're not really going that deep in the roster to read that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm a day one guy, day one DC guy.
I love it. I love it. Larry, can you tell the people about your DC consumption?
um, you know, Jordan's gonna hate you for that Marvel little clapback you did right there.
Yeah.
Marvel got a lot you can read into. I don't even know why you even do them like that. But DC is fun. I had a good time. That's where I go to as well. That's my go-to too.
Yeah.
My DC consumption, man, it goes from video games to toys to media.
Mhm.
When it comes to movies, shows, all that, we grew up on it.
Yeah.
We really grew up on everything, Marvel and DC. Tell you the truth, it was out there because X-Men Evolution was our shit. But
hmm
with nothing touching Justice League, boy, it was
All right.
Justice League
Go.
was great. It was great. Yeah,
Go.
yes,
Yeah.
sir, yes, sir. Me and Spencer usually watch all of these movies together for the most part. We've skipped a couple. Niggas got old, life just happened.
Trash.
It's just how it goes, man. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
And for those who have watched the Arrowverse, Crisis on Infinite Earths, you got me because we ain't made it there yet. So I don't know. I don't know what's the tie-in on that part because we ain't done that part yet. So I hope this is close to it.
Eventually we'll get there.
Yeah.
One
But
day,
yeah,
one day.
but
I
I
got
appreciate
time.
well, I don't.
Oh gosh.
But I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC animation. Today's film is Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1, released January 9th, 2024, and the comic book on which it was based is Crisis on Infinite Earths. I will read a synopsis in my own words, and then we're just going to talk about it. So, we open with the Flash running and worlds crumbling. We see several moments in Flash's life, including the aftermath of the accident that gave him his powers, meeting Iris for the first time, and a fight with Amazo. Amazo is giving Flash and Superman some problems, but Green Arrow shows up and he's able to get them out of there. They take Superman to Batman's house, and Flash is back with Iris, who has grown accustomed to his time skipping. Barry tries to give some money to a homeless man, and that man tells him that the world is ending and then sends him back into the Speed Force. Bruce and Dick go to visit Barry, and Barry tries to convince Bruce to adopt Dick after the death of his parents. Bruce does some research on Amazo and his creator, Dr. Ivo. They then have a discussion about forming the Justice League and begin recruiting. They get Vixen and Martian Manhunter. Green Lantern says no, and the old man sends the Flash back into the Speed Force, where he meets the crime syndicate on Earth 3. Flash skips back to the introduction of the Justice League, where there's some ruckus starting. Amazo begins siphoning Superman and tells Flash that his objective from Dr. Iro was to prolong human lives. But Lex Luthor is running the show now, the Amazo show. Batman prepares to call an airstrike, and Flash puts that on hold, and he time skips to multiple Earths, and then ends up back on Earth 3, where he tells the crime syndicate about the multiverse. They start salivating at the idea of other Earths to conquer, and the homeless man shows up to save Flash from getting killed by them. We are then taken to Flash's wedding day, and then back to Flash getting Dr. Ivo to help with the Amazo problem. Dr. Ivo explains that he has a disease causing him to age at an accelerated rate. Lex convinces him to create Amazo so that they could siphon metahumans to prolong human lives. Lex reprogrammed Amazo, and Earth 3 is in the process of being destroyed. Lex forces Amazo to siphon all of the superpowered people, and Flash brings Dr. Ivo to the battlefield. Dr. Ivo has Amazo transfer his power into him, and Dr. Ivo ends up dying. Batman reveals that Lex gave Dr. Ivo the rapid aging disease as motivation to create Amazo, so Amazo attacks Lex and returns everybody's powers. Now, Barry and Iris are old and celebrating their first meeting. Back at their wedding, Harbinger appears and brings the heroes to the Monitor ship. The heroes start meeting alternate versions of each other, and Harbinger reveals that she is Supergirl. The Monitor, introduces himself to everyone and explains that the antimatter wave is destroying entire universes. The wave is on Earth 3, and the crime syndicate tries punching it. The Monitor, explains that he assembled the Greats to devise a plan to deal with this, and Earth 3 dies. Old Barry has been keeping Amazo around to help with the crisis, and when Barry returns to the Monitor ship, he explains his super speed vibration, which gives everybody the idea to use that to get around the antimatter wave. They begin constructing the towers, but the antimatter wave peeps game and starts moving a little quicker than they expected. Old Barry and Iris complete their tower, but Iris dies. Barry comes out of the speed of super speed to activate his tower, and the antimatter wave passes through. Spectre appears to Monitor and then appears to Barry. He lets Barry know that the crisis is kind of his fault, and the Speed Force itself will pass judgment. We see old Barry appear at the accident that created the Flash, and we see him appear to Batman in Warworld. Everyone is and that's the movie.
Went out a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you did go out at that end part. I don't know if you got to do that
I
again or not.
repeat the last part.
You probably need to do that because it definitely cut out. I was making sure that wasn't me. I was like, oh, was that me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you heard me
Go
say?
ahead and
You did.
repeat from World. Repeat
Yeah.
from there.
Okay. And you know what? We're going to leave it in.
That's fine.
Okay.
We're not going to edit it out. We're going to leave it in. So, Flash, old man Barry, appears to Batman in Warworld. Everybody is celebrating the victory on the Monitor ship, but Dawnstar and Brainiac get Thanos snapped.
Yep.
And that's the movie.
All right.
I like it.
So, Brandon, what do you think of the movie?
All right, Spencer.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, we've kind of briefly touched on it. We knew we were doing this podcast, but I kind of mentioned a little frustration I had. And it took me a minute to finish this one. Not gonna lie, this was not a smooth ride. As far as DC movies is concerned, it was rough, especially for me. I'm a Justice League guy. Like anything Justice League, I will watch. Almost any era, anything, I will watch. Um, but this one, man, this was a struggle. First of all, I'm not the biggest Flash guy. So anything that is centered around the Flash, I kind of struggle. Because we all know, man, with the Flash, it's like, bro, he jumping through different times and it gets a real convoluted and very like, all right, I guess I just gotta roll with this. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no rules, there's no established rules. You kind of just gotta roll with whatever is presented in front of you. Right? The Speed Force answers all prayers, basically. Um, I just thought the movie was kind of all over the place, to be honest. It was kind of anytime I got a rhythm in a certain Earth, boom, I was thrown to a different Earth. And it was like, okay, why do I care about any of this versions of this character if I'm just jumping around? To me, the movie picked up steam when the Monitor showed up. Like when the Monitor started picking them up and started telling them, "Hey, this is what's going on. I got my bronze, I got my brains. This is basically a big brainstorming session to try to fix this." That's when the movie kind of picked up steam for me. But before that, man, it was rough. It was rough. I was just like, because honestly, when it got into the Monitor and that's when all the actual like character stuff started happening to me. Like to seeing Diana and Superman being like, "What the fuck? Like, what the hell, y'all kissing?" You know what I mean? Like, and Bruce having to be, this version of Bruce being introduced to the Bat family that he has no idea about. You know what I mean? Like that stuff was interesting. Whereas the stuff before, it was like, all right, bro, I just got to roll with it. I just didn't think it was that strong of a movie. And I thought this particular story, for those who follow comic books, like this is a very strong story. This is one of the big DC events, right? And I just don't think they executed it very well. And I thought they kind of tried to do too much and didn't keep it very simple. Like the first half of the movie was like probably could have skipped through a lot of this and kind of just got to the meat of it. But I guess they thought they had three movies, so they could kind of play with some stuff a little longer. So I'm not a huge fan of this one. To be honest, I'm hoping to have better hopes for the second and third one. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this first one.
Okay. Larry, what are your thoughts?
There's absolutely 4 hours of this movie. Yeah, absolutely. Brandon, I think that the first part had to be told so you knew what he was doing when the Monitor showed up. And you wouldn't know what he was really doing yet until you were like, oh, that happened. Oh, that's what's happening. Oh, okay, cool. When Iris died and stuff, you didn't know any about that stuff until it happened. You're like, oh, you were set up. Cool. It did
Yeah.
jump around a lot. That's if think how Barry felt jumping around all that time. He didn't like that shit either. That Iris told him. You've been late to every dinner, every movie, but you're always there when I need you. Anyway, what do I think about the movie? Brandon's not lying. Me, Spencer, and Brandon, I would say I can speak for them. The Justice League War universe, DC AMU,
Yeah.
that's top tier. You
Yeah.
can't, you won't ever top it. If you do top it, I'm waiting for it. I don't think you're gonna be able to top it and stuff.
Yeah.
It was too good, and it was Batman centered for me and Spencer, which was cool because
Yeah.
we gonna fuck with it.
Right.
Superman had his own little thing too and stuff, and this all has been this Tomorrowverse has really been Flash centered, and you just
Yeah.
didn't know. Now we about to if you didn't know before, now we're about to get into it to where everything is coming together from all these Tomorrowverse movies. It's like, oh, okay, boom, bam, boom. Now we're finally here. It For the viewers, this movie is part one, part two, and part three is very confusing. You need to pay attention because there's so much shit going on, and I almost want like cursors above people's heads so I know who the fuck is who.
Yeah.
Because that Earth 1 Superman and Earth three
bro.
Superman or two. So them niggas look alike. I don't know who's who.
Yeah,
I
they
got. I
thought they
really got to
de-aged.
look at
Yeah,
their. Yeah, I really got to look at their creases in their cheeks and be like, oh,
yeah.
okay, that's you. Because
Hmm.
boy, y'all, you know. So I enjoyed the fight. Amazo was nice. I enjoyed Amazo because they've done some changes that me and Spencer were pissed about. But I was
Hmm.
not mad about Amazo. I was Doctor Ivo black. Anything else?
No, I think this is the first time I've seen him black.
Which is okay with me. I'm not mad about him being black. Okay.
Hmm.
Jordan
Uh,
will be, but Jordan don't
yeah.
care about DC, so it's fine.
Jordan, get your ass up. Anyway, that was cool. It's just for a last part of the movie, it's lackluster, and y'all figure it out as we keep
Hmm.
going through. It just does not, and I hate to have to compare. It just doesn't hold up to the excitement and the shit that was going on in Apocalypse 4.
Hmm.
It's, we're
Correct.
kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how y'all ending this one. This is pretty whack.
Yeah.
This is pretty PG. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think that if I don't compare it to the DC animated movie universe, then it's not bad. If I do compare it to that universe, I didn't need this. Like, we could have spent some more time in the lab. We
Yeah.
could have spent some more time in the kitchen, whatever analogy you want to use. But this entire universe was not great, generally speaking. And the fact that we have not one but two excellent previous DC universes. So the universe that Justice League Unlimited, Batman, the animated series, like that entire universe,
Yep.
Yeah, the
and
way that ended. Yeah.
and also the DC animated movie universe, like both of those were at the highest level of world building.
Yeah.
And then we got this. And I think that this might be a situation where they tried to do too much and they
Hmm.
didn't have the time. Because honestly, the live action DC movies suffered from they tried to do too much too quick.
Yeah.
And I think
Unfortunately.
that for something of this scale, you need to give it a little more time to breathe. And I don't think they did that here.
The DC AMU, if y'all don't remember, from 2013 to 2020, 7 years of animated movie world building. That's a lot for animated for movies, not shows and shit. We talking about movies. What is this one
Yeah.
from? This one's from what, 2020 to
2024.
2024. It's 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it
I
was
thought,
it was poorly done.
yeah. And I thought, I don't know who like is running this particular, but I just thought they picked poor comic book runs to base a movie off of. Like I felt like in the like you said, the 2013 to 2020, like they picked amazing comic book stories and then told them in animated, you know what I mean, in a movie
Mhm.
situation. But like I've read that that Justice League World, like I've read that in the comic book version, and it's almost verbatim, and it's amazing. And but they picked the stories that made sense. Whereas in this, I'm like looking at the stuff they're making movies about. I'm like, bro, what? Like, I don't give a damn about a night Batman or a, you know what I mean? Or a, you know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. I'm like, bro, you're not, I
I will
get you're
say
trying too much, but it's like, that's not why we're here.
I
I
will say the
think
Batman movie was the best.
I think
I
Long Halloween was good.
Oh
Like
yeah, Long
that was
Halloween is definitely the best entrance,
like
no doubt.
that was well adapted. Like I think that the
Yeah,
Long Halloween was well done.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Um
they was in the lab cooking with that.
yeah. Otherwise, yeah, like if you're gonna do Crisis, then the fact that it was three movies, I was like, okay, they're doing it the right way, they're not rushing it. And then
Yeah,
here we are,
yeah,
me feeling like it got goddamn rushed.
yeah, and
And
yeah,
because honestly, I feel like in the DC animated movie universe, like most of those movies, like their average was really good.
oh,
I-
absolutely, yeah,
In this universe, their average was just okay.
yeah,
Because I feel like Man of Tomorrow, solid.
Yeah, true.
World War II, solid.
Mm.
Long Halloween, pretty good. Beware My Power, solid.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Legion of Superheroes, not a great movie, but I really
No.
liked the Supergirl in it. And I've said that, like, she's probably my favorite version of Supergirl that I have seen on screen.
Hmm.
But the movie, eh.
Yeah.
And then Warworld,
Oh
garbage.
shit.
Garbage.
Oh,
Garbage.
we told you that a long time ago. Me and Spencer looked at each other like, "What the fuck did we
What the
just
fuck is
watch?"
this?
Bro.
Bro,
I was so mad.
oh, I can't wait until the episode comes out because boy, I don't know who owned that, but my God, that's like, what have y'all
Yeah.
done?
Yeah. That was trash. That was
What
garbage.
what have you done to Mongo? This is not the one I was raised up on.
Yeah, I was so pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so before we get into the movie itself, Brandon, what were your thoughts on the art style?
Uh, can't stand it. I hate that art style. I absolutely despise it. There's a FX show that has this art style. God, dog, what is it called? I didn't watch it, but I know it's the same art.
Archer?
Is it?
Archer's art style is pretty, yeah, this is
Yeah,
pretty close to
yeah,
that.
You know, I never thought about that, Brandon, but I
yeah,
guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is Archer, but Archer was a good show.
yeah.
You
But
need to
like,
watch Archer. Archer was a good show, bro.
really, okay, yeah. But like that art style was probably the reason that it threw me a little bit. I hate
Mhm.
the dramatic line, the dramatic black
Yeah,
outlines,
yeah,
the overemphasis of the like cheekbones and stuff. Like,
yeah.
miss me with that. Miss me with that. That just doesn't feel like it's distracting honestly. Whereas in the previous universe, I love the animation, but it never distracted me. It never was like I felt like I was like, "Ooh, I like this," and then I moved on, and it was just a story. Where this, it was I just it annoyed me honestly.
I feel like this universe tried to scale correct, like try to do really proportionate scaling.
Hmm.
Because in the previous universes, people were a lot bulkier than they
Yeah,
are in this one. Like in this universe, everybody was a lot slimmer,
yeah,
and I think everybody had more accurate anatomical proportions as far as what humans look like. Because Amazo felt small,
he did. Yeah,
Absolutely was small. Yeah.
but I didn't hate it. But Superman
It-
also
it-
feels small in this universe compared
yeah,
to how he usually looks.
compared to George New what George Newbern being Superman.
yeah.
Yeah. And then even last Superman, he was definitely cutter and more
Yeah, he
big.
was
Bulky.
bulkier. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's kind of across the board. Like even in Superman, Batman, Public Enemies,
Yeah.
they were a lot bigger. There's, for the most part, they were just bigger. So in this universe, generally, people are a little more slim, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I think that I don't dislike this animation, but it's definitely not my favorite. I think that one thing that this universe has done pretty well, I think, is show like people with super speed, not just the Flash, but I mean like Wonder Woman, Superman, like showing them cook a little bit. Like it does a
Hmm.
pretty good job of handling that.
Hmm.
I think that this universe could offer some like or this animation style has the opportunity to offer like excellent choreography and kind of doesn't.
Bro, I haven't seen a fight that I'm like, oh my God, like this definitely didn't have it. But yeah,
Like the one time I
I don't
remember,
think I don't yeah, what fight did we get in this universe?
I think in World War II, whenever Wonder Woman was fighting them Nazis, Wonder
okay,
Woman was
Okay.
going.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about it.
that's about
Yeah,
it,
that's
bro.
really about
Like that's really all we got.
it.
Uh
And like I said, DCAMU was Batman
Bro,
centered,
oh,
so
the
them
hands,
fight
niggas was, oh
choreography
my
in that
God.
universe was so
hands,
good.
The
bro.
movie alone, the what was that? Batman versus Robin. That
Yeah,
Yeah,
alone, he
yeah,
was
so good.
fucking them up. And he
because it was
took the
personal.
towel off and said, "Nigga, I've been waiting for this."
Yeah.
It was so good. All the fight choreography in that. Oh God,
Yeah.
we're not
Oh.
here to talk about that, but
Yeah.
we could. So I don't love the art style. I don't hate it. Yeah, like it has a lot of bold lines, and it seems like there are times when they try to like soften facial features, and there are other times where they try to like be really specific in facial features. I think that one thing that this universe kind of does pretty well with faces is making everybody have a pretty unique face
I
instead
agree with
of
that.
just having one facial model and then
Hmm.
putting a body around it.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing this universe does well,
Yeah.
or this style of animation. But I don't love it. It's not my favorite, and it never has been. Now, what do we think of voice cast?
I wasn't annoyed by anybody.
Was there anybody that you really liked or didn't like? Was there anybody that was brought to your attention, either good or bad?
Hmm. I did like. I like that Wonder Woman had a little accent. I don't like
I
that.
don't. I
Really?
don't. I can't stand. I hate Wonder Woman in this.
I
Okay.
like.
I do not like her voice act. I don't like the accent they gave her. And
Uh,
that's once again, it's hard because I'm comparing her to Rosario Dawson, and it's
Yeah.
not fair. But I just didn't like. I mean, even DCU had a good. I just didn't like. She's like Russian. I just don't like it.
I think that this is because Marvel decided that universes need to have continuity in the market, and because of that, Gal Gadot was Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot can't do anything else. Like she is what she is. And even in the Wonder Woman movie, like everybody kind of just had to copy her accent because she can't not do it.
Mhm.
She doesn't have a very deep bag when it comes to accent work. Matter of fact, she has no bag. Like she got what she got. That's it.
I kind
And
of. I
I'm fine with her.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it just because I'm like, why would they just speak plain English? Like, why would these women on a random ass island just speak plain English?
And that's why I'm not bothered by it because
I'm with you, bro.
Themyscira is a land of make believe. They can sound like whatever,
Yeah.
and it's not an issue. But because I was like, if she has like an accent that's Greek adjacent, that would make sense because she's like connected to
Yeah.
the Greek pantheon.
Right.
So cool, that tracks to me. Or if her accent is like in the Mediterranean region, like
Hmm.
that makes sense geographically. But I think the reason she has an accent is because Gal Gadot's not a good actress. Like,
You ain't gonna do my girl like that.
she's not.
She was.
Very genuinely, she is like, does she look great as Wonder Woman? Yes. Is she able to do the action scenes? Yes. She is not a good actress.
Ah, Wonder
I
Woman,
like it.
she killed. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
like Gal, man.
She
She did
put
a
in
good
work.
job.
She did a great
Not the
job in the
second,
first.
not the
She did a
second
good
one.
job in the
But
first Wonder Woman.
that second one ain't her fault.
Yeah, I ain't gonna blame her for that. That's
I
a
ain't blaming her for that
that's
shit
a
because
director.
Pedro wasn't good in that. Nobody was good in that shit.
Yeah.
It was all a hot mess.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't. I think she did a great job in the first Wonder Woman, and I'm speaking generally. Like, she's not a
Mm.
good actress.
What
Because
actress
Harsh.
tell me another good role from Gal Gadot
I mean,
right now.
she been in?
I haven't seen Snow White. I don't know.
No, she was cool in Snow White. That wasn't. She was an evil bitch like she was supposed to be. And
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
I really don't know why that
Chill.
movie got so much hate.
I need to watch it. I keep saying I'm going to because I need to see if it was in fact that
You
bad.
got hate because of
I'm
the
pretty
whole.
sure Snow
Yeah.
White was Snow White.
Yeah.
Like that was the animated movie in live action. So what are y'all mad about?
It was before the movie even came out. The
Yeah, like
actress
I
was.
know that there was some hate that was
Yeah.
unrelated to the movie, but I
Right.
do need to watch that movie because I want to see if it was actually that
And
bad.
Gal Gadot being part of the Israeli military, and
So
Israel.
you're mad about where she grew up at? Okay, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Okay,
whole thing.
People gonna be mad. It was woman led, and people don't like that.
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. Of course it was the first one. Okay, Snow White. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
people find stuff to be mad about.
But yeah, I didn't have a problem with Castle or the girl from Castle's.
casting. Oh,
Uh,
oh
yeah.
yeah. Her voice. Yeah. Other than that, no other voice really. Superman don't bother me. Of course, Jensen Ackles don't bother me. And nobody else bothered me. Yeah, everybody else,
Yeah.
I mean, the voice acting was pretty good. That's the only thing I got. Hell,
Yeah,
One decision I did like, and it is kind of less voice wise, but just I like a dark skinned Iris. I did like that decision.
ooh, I was looking good.
Yeah, I like that.
I
Yeah,
love how Iris is always black. Was Iris black back in the day?
no, Iris I think was redheaded back in the day. And
What did they make her
Yeah, that's a
black?
good question.
I don't know. I don't know if Flash was the first time she was made black or if it was after that, but I want
I
to say the Flash show is the first time I saw her black.
I want to say comics started to do it around that time, but it wasn't very much before. Like if it was before, it wasn't very much before. Like yeah, back in the day, it was.
So Iris was white in Justice League
Well,
Flashpoint Paradox.
yes,
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure she was.
I do not remember.
I'm not mad about a
Because
black Iris.
thinking about it, like, was Iris in
I thought about that
Flashpoint?
too.
I could have swore that they were having a picnic and he had to leave, but I don't know. Now shit is blending together.
Yeah, I know.
Because
That
no,
was,
that was in World War II. They were having a picnic and he had to leave because Superman was fighting Brainiac. That happens in World War II. In I want to say in Flashpoint Paradox, Iris ends up with a different guy because of Barry's whole situation. But I feel like she was white in that.
Because Barry was gay in Flashpoint in that when he did it. And he
No,
was like,
he wasn't gay. His mom just thought he was.
"Oh yeah, I knew we knew he was gay, but
I was
I
like,
think
whoa.
everybody else thought he was gay." So
Well,
like,
because
"Hey, I'm not
he
gay."
was kind of like, "Mom, I have something to tell you. I need to
Oh,
tell you
that's
that I'm
right.
gay." And he was like, "What? No."
Why would you say that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
remember that.
what? So anyway,
Whoa.
yeah, the first time I saw Iris Black was the Flash show, but I
Mhm.
want to say that she was redheaded or redheaded adjacent before that. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly don't have vivid memories of Iris pre CW Flash.
Okay. So that's
Um
cool. Hey, they did they think they
Yeah,
stick
but I
around.
liked her being dark skinned in this.
I ain't mad.
Yeah.
yeah. And I agree. A lot of black people in this.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was wearing the natural hair too, boy. I mean that thing.
Yeah.
I love it. The puff ball. Oh yeah, do your
Yeah.
thing, girl.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, all Barry's friends is black."
Oh yeah,
John Stewart's his best man?
you best
Yeah.
man. Hey, what up, though? Yeah. Lois wasn't looking bad either. I said, okay, Lois, look at you.
Yeah.
So yeah. I as far as the voice cast, I also agree. Like, I don't think there was anybody who just bothered me or anybody that I had aggressive feelings about. I did like Matt Bomer's Flash. I
Uh-huh.
think he did a great job because he's really who we're listening to. And I like that he was able to sound a little different as he aged. So
Yeah.
whenever he
Uh-huh.
was old Barry, he kind of sounded older.
Mhm.
And that's something I can appreciate from a voice actor is differentiating different things or different points, like how Batman and Bruce Wayne don't sound identical. Like you can
Mhm.
tell who he is based on how he sounds.
Right.
Similarly, I like when a voice actor is able to, portray some difference when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. But yeah, there wasn't really anybody else that I had hard feelings about. I will say, Owlman's voice was weird, just because,
Because it wasn't no boy.
yeah, because it wasn't James Woods.
Yeah, right. I just thought the same thing. I was like, shut up, be James Woods. Because
Yeah, like I mean,
I want you
he
to
didn't
have
do,
that nonchalant, like, whatever.
yeah, like he didn't do a bad job, but he
No,
wasn't
he did
James
not.
Woods.
He did. He did.
And
A
so
lot
that,
of people, it sucks. It really does that y'all are doing this shit because we've already seen an iteration of you. And that's what's in our heart. Because it's already
Yeah.
been done.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's just nothing y'all can do about that.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah.
But and yeah, 'cause Johnny Quick was good.
Oh, I love Johnny Quick in this movie. Johnny
Yeah.
Quick, that was my boy.
Because I
Hmm.
was like that it might have been the same. I don't know if it was the same Johnny Quick, but I was like, I thought with this Johnny Quick, and he sounded like I guess John in my head Johnny Quick and Captain Boomerang could be the same, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking through the movie and audience listening, sorry, good luck, because
Yeah.
this movie jumps around
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite a bit. And I thought about writing the synopsis in like the chunks of shit that happened, but I was like, no, I'm gonna write it in the order the movie did it.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's confusing as hell.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
be confused with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what it's gonna be. You're gonna
Hmm.
have to listen to it in the way it happened.
Right.
So, I always make the joke of like whenever the world is being destroyed, they say, "Run, Barry."
Yeah.
And then, some shit happens, and then they're like, "Run faster, Barry." Like that's the answer. And Brandon, you kind of alluded to that earlier. Is like Flash is just kind of like, "Hey, we need to start this over.
Yeah.
Run,
100%.
Barry."
Yeah. Just flip the switch.
I want to say that the old homeless man said to him, "Run, Barry."
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, "Oh, oh, 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 we're just doing it."
Yeah.
Okay, I was joking, but no, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, Run,
So
Barry.
they run Barry.
So, we see the Flash running, and there are a bunch of worlds just kind of being destroyed. And we see several moments of Flash's life happening. So, we see that he wakes up from the accident that he had that gave him his powers, and there's somebody talking, and then that person disappears. And if you know what's happening, you know that that was Flash also. Um, we see him meeting Iris for the first time, and we see him fighting Amazo. So, as far as Amazo's design, Brandon, how did you feel about Amazo's design in this movie?
I liked it. It was different than what I'm used to as a Justice League guy, Unlimited guy.
And
Yeah. It
I
threw me off
also
at
really
first.
like this Amazo.
Yeah.
Because yeah, Amazo has never really looked the same twice, honestly.
No, it really hasn't.
Because the Justice League version of him, the Young Justice version of him, like Amazo has never really looked the same twice. There may be a couple because when I think of Amazo, I think of like green pants. They're not pants, but like his green legs
Hmm.
and like
Whatever. Yeah.
shirtless with yeah, like that's the Amazo in my head. But even the Justice League Amazo was just one solid color.
Go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Amazo has had a lot of different looks. I fucked with this Amazo.
I did. I like the visual representation of his powers. Like I like that.
Yeah, like they showed him actually siphoning
Yeah,
people
yeah,
because I feel like in the other versions, yeah, like he would just kind of touch you and then he's got you.
yeah. Like
Kind of,
that, and then so,
it's rogue jazz. Yeah.
yeah.
So he's giving Superman and Flash problems. Like
Hmm.
first he's giving Flash problems and Superman shows up and Flash tries to be like, "No, don't."
Yeah,
And yeah, it's too late. He gets
yeah,
siphoned off real quick. And Green Arrow shows up and I think they were like, "How'd you get here?" And he was like, "I drove."
yeah.
So
That ride was nice.
yeah, I was like, everybody get in the car.
It better be
And
nice.
it better be nice. He's a billionaire.
Sure.
But yeah. Not like private jet billionaire, I guess. Just really nice car billionaire. So luckily, Green Arrow's able to get them out of there, and he's like, "Hey, we need to take you somewhere that can help you. How about Star Labs?" And he was like, I don't like that. And it was like,
Hmm.
yeah, they like to whenever they get their hands on an alien, it's probably not great.
I like that line.
I
That
did too.
was that was smart, right?
He was like, yeah, they get a little bit too dissecting here, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like that line
Yeah.
because yeah,
We don't need to go there.
And I was
yeah.
like, that's good shit.
That's good because yeah, Superman. I'm Superman. I'm like I want nothing to do with Starlight.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
None of them labs.
Nope.
I don't yeah, I don't want any of them touching me. So he's like, I know a guy,
Yeah.
so we can go there. And then we're back and Flash and Iris are looking at flowers. And Iris is kind of like, "Where'd you go this time?" Like she's like, "I've
He
played this game
knows.
before.
Yeah,
I know what this is."
I like that.
It was like, "Yeah, the Justice League like first forming kind of." He's like, "Yeah, you're always late."
Hmm.
But yeah, so she's like, "How about you try to, actually help somebody?" And she throws him some cash, and then he goes up to a homeless guy and he's like, "Hey, sir, um, how about you get yourself a meal?"
Hmm.
And then he does the world is ending. And then the power of Christ compels you, like just hits him on the forehead. Because and
Make you never want to help nobody else.
and let me say this about that. Maybe I'm a terrible guy. Get your homeless hands off me. How dare you? I don't know what the fuck you have been. And on my head, you got me confused. I would
Oh,
have done a I would have done a full scale Denzel. Get your fucking hands off me. Ah, I was so bothered by that. I didn't like that one bit.
Iris didn't either. In the background, she was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's your
but
fault."
yeah, yeah, but you could have done that without that, couldn't you? You didn't need to like full palm on the floor. But anyway, that was just me. I didn't like it. So, we're still skipping through time, skipping through universes. We're just doing whatever. So, Bruce and a young man show up at Barry's house. And we're probably all pretty aware of who this is based on the fact that this Batman is not very old.
Right.
Like, this Batman has not been in the game very long. And so, at least that's my thought, is like, this Batman hasn't been doing this for very long, so that's Dick. Because he looked like he could have been any of them.
Yeah, he really did. I was confused. But,
And so, yeah, like I feel like most people thought either that's Dick or Damien,
right.
but it's probably not Jason or Tim.
And his voice didn't sound like, Damien would have been like, he probably
Yeah,
would have said something slick.
yeah, Damien had, that thing about him. I
Yeah.
think they call it a
That
chip on the
aura.
shoulder. Is that what they
Yeah.
call it?
Yeah. I call it aura, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Damien's the
yeah,
best. Like, I think Damien's the best Robin. I know a lot of people hate that, but to me, he's the best.
Why do they hate that?
I mean, I think skill wise, there's no argument. Like, he's clearly the best Robin. Are you talking character wise?
A lot of people, what I mean, like if you're, I don't know if you're day one, but like they just like what Rob. They don't think he represents Robin. They think he represents just this different.
I mean, he is different though. It's a whole
I
different
mean,
person.
but
Everybody's different.
what is representing Robin? Because Jason didn't either, if that's the case.
I think it's almost like trying to think of a wrestling reference, but like like the new kid, and then he just gets pushed to the moon, like, and they don't think he's necessarily deserved it. I think that's what some people thought with Damien, because Damien, I mean, as soon as he popped up, my boy was in a movie. My boy had a movie with Batman. Like he's been in a lot of movies for a character that's not very old.
And that's what happens when you my son. I don't,
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know
yeah,
what to tell you.
yeah.
This is genetics. They're gonna win. What did Damien say? Yeah, but I'm his blood.
Yeah,
All right, you got me.
yeah.
Okay.
well, and let me say this. Damien's very first comic appearance, I want to say, was like 2006-ish.
Yeah.
And by that standard, it did take a while for him to, not a while, but like
I
it was
mean,
it was a minute before he showed up in a movie, but also he's not from the fucking 50s.
that's what I'm saying. And that's why I think people are comparing him to people who are literally been thugging it out since the 50s. You know what I mean?
And if that's the case, people should be mad at Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn didn't exist in the comics and then got written in because she was so popular in the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, um, that's a sidebar we could talk about for a while. So, I'm just gonna we'll drop it right there and we'll just say Bruce shows up and he is with Dick and he says, "Hey, my nephew Wally is downstairs. Y'all can go play or something." And the reason that Bruce is there is like he says, Uh, Central City's adoption situation is way better than Gotham
Orphanage.
City's
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't want him in the Gotham City system.
Right.
Like his parents were killed. It was not an accident. And I don't, nah. So, and then Barry's like, "How about you adopt it? It'd be
Yeah.
great." And Bruce is like, "How about I don't? And you do what I asked."
Right.
So, um, then we go back to, I guess, Earth One, and Bruce is doing some research on Amazo and Dr. Ivo, and he's basically like, "Hey, how long did it take you to figure out that I was Green Arrow?" Immediately.
Right.
And Green Arrow's like, "I mean, I would have figured out who you were eventually."
He
I
saw
thought
that video. He was like, all right, dude.
that was hilarious. But so yeah, they are, and then we see that they're discussing forming the Justice League because they're like, "Hey, uh I work alone." It's like, "Yeah, I do too, but it's gonna be the best move is to
Yeah.
form this league. Like that's how it's gotta be."
And that
Yeah.
was
So
coming from Batman.
yeah, the
He's the one
Batman
who
was
said,
the one who was like, "I don't want to do it, but it's easily the best move.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that." And so they get to recruiting, and they immediately get some color on the team. So
Hmm.
first one they get Vixen, and Vixen is on a runway when they find her.
Of course.
Of
Batty.
course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
uh-huh.
And then they go see Martian Manhunter. And I'm sure that a lot
And
of
he was
people,
black.
yes, he was. And I'm sure a lot of people did not know who that
Oh,
was when,
I know a lot of people that were confused. I was like, oh, it's Jean. It's
yeah,
Jean. Okay,
because
cool.
he was a PI. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how I know, like in the second movie of this series, New Frontier, we see that he's white in that movie, but we see that he's, in an office, and then we see when Batman pops up on him. So it was
Hmm.
reminiscent of that scene to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he turns into Martian Manhunter. And if you know Martian Manhunter's in the league also, like you probably were able to put that together. But yeah, like if you weren't sure who that was, you weren't sure who that was until he turned green.
Hmm.
Now, what's curious about that, I mean, of course they knew about him because I don't know how they knew about Vixen, but Martian Manhunter was in Man of Tomorrow with Superman. So, you know,
Yeah.
I wondered, why are Superman and Batman friends, but Superman and Martian Manhunter like aren't already, you know, in cahoots? Because that's the first person Superman really met was,
And they probably were. They just didn't really do more with it. They probably were. Like, yeah,
yeah.
let's go get Martian. Like, he'll do it.
And then we see that they run into Green Lantern. I wondered
We
if it was
we
going to
needed to
be,
stop it. Yeah, because how? How did this happen? Explain it.
how did what happen?
How was Hal? How are we running into Hal?
Because this is happening before
Jean.
Beware My Power.
Yeah.
Oh, you saying before? Okay, cool, cool. If it's before it, cool. I
Well,
don't know where we are and stuff. Because once again, I don't know where we at.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
It matters the Earth. Yeah.
yeah, it's unclear, but because the movie Beware My Power came out before this movie, it is weird that we're seeing the Justice League form after, but the way that we know that it's after is because in Beware My Power, the ring takes him to the Watchtower where Martian Manhunter, Vixen, and Ollie are.
Hmm.
Mm,
So the Justice League already exists, it's already formed, there's already a Watchtower, and we see John meet them, and then we see Green Arrow kind of help him through the Green Lantern journey along the
uh-huh.
way. So that's what lets me know that Beware My Power, timeline wise, is after this
That's cool.
because Hal is not, evil yet.
That's I just wanted that to be explained to me. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. There was no explanation.
Welcome, you're welcome, audience.
Yeah. And again, I'm just talking. Like that's what I have gathered.
And that's what it's gonna be.
Like everything is unclear because it was unclear that World War II was Earth 2 if you didn't already know that that was what was happening.
Yeah.
So Yeah, because in that movie, it's like, oh, I didn't travel in time. I traveled to a completely different Earth.
Hmm.
So, yeah, if you're thinking, wait, how are those characters? Because in Warworld, one of the things that happens is Wonder Woman says to Superman, oh, you look just like my Clark. You're just way younger. And so Earth 1 does not have a Wonder Woman as far as we know.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're just dealing with the Earth 2 Wonder Woman. And so, yeah. Um, so we see Old Man Flash being sent back into the Speed Force, and then we see that he ends up on a very desolate looking Earth. And he's like, "Oh shit. Has it already happened? Has it already been destroyed? Oh no, this is Central City. What could be happening?" And he's on Earth 3, where we know the crime syndicate exists.
Hmm.
And so he and Johnny Quick, they meet. Johnny Quick is immediately like, "Oh yeah, when you got here, I felt way slower. I
Yeah, I killed every other I killed every other speedster here, and then now I feel like I'm running with cement shoes.
yeah, like I don't like that at all."
Right.
And then yeah, the crime syndicate appears. It's a if you know you know situation. And there's a movie that's unrelated to this that kind of covers that, Crisis on Two Earths, which is the Owlman we were referencing earlier. And then we go back to the formal introduction of the Justice League. We see that Batman bought a building for their quote unquote headquarters. We see that Superman is making speeches and being like, hey, thank you to the Flash who kind of made this all possible. And then he is like, what's our name, Flash? And he's about to say all kind Justice Society, Syndicate,
So, yeah,
just all the shit that he's like running
yeah,
together for him.
right.
And he's like, League,
I like that. Yeah,
Justice League.
that's good writing.
And then we see that some cars start getting thrown. Oh no, there's ruckus. Amazo shows up and starts sucking the life out of Superman. And Flash is moving at super speed trying to protect people. And Amazo is like, hey, your boy's about to get got. You should probably take care of that. And Flash is like, what the fuck is happening? What are you doing? What are we doing?
Bruh, had me confused too. I was with him, like, wait, what?
Because first of all, how are you talking to me? I'm in super speed. And he's like, I'm Amazo.
Yeah.
I can communicate with you in your little super speed. Okay, that's fine. Why are you helping me protect people if you're what's happening? Your questions are unclear. I'm gonna need you to be a little more specific.
Yeah.
And I was like, goddamn AI doesn't understand nuance at all.
At all.
But he's like, okay, what's your objective? And he was like, I'm trying to prolong human life for my creator, Dr. Ivo. And then we see that Lex is running the show now. And I will say Lex's machine even looked sleeker.
Yeah.
Mhm. But
Um,
you know that he be on bulky machines.
exactly. But yeah,
Mhm.
that thing was sleek compared to his usual machine. And what I will say is I was a little confused on scale until Amazo got to him later. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. So,
You cut out, I'm gonna tell you right now, you cutting out. Hold on. So you need to repeat all what you're saying.
can
Go
you,
ahead and talk. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
I am so tired of this happening. It is so stupid. Um, so Batman is like, I am calling in an airstrike. And everybody else is like, you're doing what?
Yeah.
And Batman is like, we have to wipe that AI off the face of the planet.
That boy was not playing.
Batman was not playing, and I get it.
Do y'all see this shit? This buff? No.
We have to get like Flash is fast enough to evacuate everybody. I am calling in an airstrike. We're doing this. And everybody's like, how about you don't level
Yeah.
the entire and Batman is like, I promise I can we can get everybody out. But this is what we're doing. Like he pulls out the iPad and starts just
Yeah. I'd have a problem with that. I'd be like, you arrogant motherfucker. Wait, what you mean you just gonna make that you gonna just make that call?
and that's the thing. I wasn't mad about it because we got to get rid of that.
He
Nah,
saw
bro.
what was happening.
He saw what was happening, and he was like, "I absolutely not.
We gotta have a
I
discussion first. Something. Come up with a plan. But if you just
If you
nuke
if you
the
have a
area,
discussion, he's winning more. He's already siphoning Superman. More time to talk means more lives about to be. Nah, I'm executive decision.
yeah,
It's
like
what we do.
we gotta get this done because if he
I,
kills Superman from the side, like, nah, we don't have time to discuss it."
no, I ask for forgiveness, not permission.
So yeah, and then Flash is like, "Hey, let's put that on a quick hold. We're just gonna put that on hold." And then we see him time skipping, and he's back on Earth 3, and he is standing before them as kind of like a council, and he's getting whipped up by Superwoman. And he's like, "Oh, cool." Uh, he explains the multiverse situation, and they're like, bullshit." And he's like, "Oh, you have a lasso of truth. Excellent." And she's like, No, no,
oh no.
Oh, that's funny. That's cute. No.
Yeah.
this is not the lasso of truth.
Yeah.
This is the lasso of submission."
hmm
And yeah, it does not go well for him.
Nope.
He
I
starts
mean,
getting
they found out he was telling the truth.
submitted.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was like, all right, this nigga
yeah,
ain't lying.
he starts getting submitted. And yeah, it's like, oh no, he's absolutely telling the truth.
Yeah.
And so, okay, now they're just, like, oh, more worlds to conquer. Let's fucking go. Because we've been bored. We've got
Yeah.
nothing here to do. And now you're telling us that yeah, we're doing that. And Johnny Quick is like, I don't know how to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I, and like, oh, we'll just kill him. It's like, yeah, but I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, Johnny was really, and that's why I like Johnny in this, because Johnny was the only one who wasn't just so bad. And I guess he really wasn't bad in Prices on Two Earths too. Like he was bad, but he wasn't a dick. Like, I'm listening to reason. Okay, I'll help out. Everybody else
Yeah.
wasn't really trying to help out and shit. It was like, nah, fuck you guys. We bad.
Yeah.
Because yeah, even in Crisis on Two Earths, whenever Batman like had Johnny Quick do the thing, Johnny was like, "Oh, you got me. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
you got me. Okay, well
I
played."
respect that. I do
Yeah,
the
like
same thing too. Right? Yeah, all right.
yeah, all that bullshit about him not being fast enough. Oh, okay, all right. I see what you did there. That's a good
yeah.
one, mate. So the homeless man shows up, and he's like, "The world is ending." And then he, uses magic to stop everybody in their tracks because
Everybody.
they were about to kill him.
yeah.
And at this point, with what happened there, it should probably be really clear who that is.
And if you
And
don't know, keep on watching.
yeah, like we're not gonna say it yet, but like I'm sure that anybody who didn't already know who it was, based on because I knew it the moment he spoke.
Oh, the moment he spoke, I was like, yes,
Yeah, the
let's go.
moment he spoke, I knew exactly who that was.
Because there can only be one, even though
Yeah.
there's been two. But
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So yeah, the moment he spoke, I knew who he was, but a lot of people probably didn't. And I'm thinking that that moment is probably when some people were like, I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
Because there aren't many people that can do that.
hmm
So the old homeless man ends up saving the Flash because they were about to, they're the crime syndicate. They were going to kill him. And then we go to Flash's wedding day, and we see that John is his best man, and Iris is the maid of honor, and Batman and Superman are
Oh,
off world, and Flash is like, "Hey, I need to go see Iris," and it was like, "It's bad luck to see the bride before." Yeah, I don't care. I need to see her. We got to talk.
Right.
So, uh, he sees Iris, and they talk a little bit, but um. Flash goes to. We're back at the Amazo fight, and Flash goes to get Dr. Ivo. And Dr. Ivo explains his disease because Flash is like, "You're supposed to be like 40, and you are an old ass man. What is happening?"
hmm
And he's like, "I have this disease that causes me to age at an accelerated rate. Lex convinced me to fight it instead of accepting it, and so I created a Mazo because we figured if we could siphon off metahuman powers, we could use that to prolong human lives. Cool. But unfortunately, Lex reprogrammed a Mazo. So that's where we are. And
Mm-hmm.
then we see that Earth 3 is, actively being destroyed. Then we're back to the Amazo fight, and Lex says, Amazo, siphon all these superpowered MFs. All of them. And Amazo's like, I don't want to do that. That's not necessary.
Yeah, I'm part of my plan.
Yeah, override, fucking do it. And whatever Flash says to Dr. Ivo is like, you're barely alive. I don't
Yeah.
think you'll make the trip. But, that's fine. And one of the things that we learn later in this movie was, okay, Flash can grant other people super speed. Because I was like, how are you moving at super speed and you and Ivo were having a discussion right now? Like, there's no way that y'all would be able to be talking if you're moving at super speed and he's not. But we see later that Flash can grant people super speed. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, that was going to be one of those things like, what are we doing? How's this happening? Because they're talking while Flash is getting him to. So, yeah. So Dr. Ivo gets to the battlefield, and Amazo's like, my friend, it's so good to see you. And Dr. Ivo's like, all right, Lex is not your friend, but go ahead and transfer what you have taken to me. And he tries to, tap him on the forehead, given the powers that he has siphoned, and Dr. Ivo dies. Just right there. And Lex, luckily, while Amazo is siphoning all of the super people, Lex is like, and these two motherfucking humans are just getting on my nerves.
Yeah, Batman Green Arrow, yeah.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Batman tries to have a contingency plan, and Lex, blasts it out of the sky. And Lex is like, "Oh, you think I wasn't prepared for you? And you little shit." Super intelligence is my superpower, Batman. And as an intellect yourself, I would think that you would be on my side here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see that Green Arrow and Batman are just pissing Lex off to the point where Lex was like, "All right, override, kill them."
Yeah, I mean,
he said, "Kill these."
Yeah,
I was like,
I can see how that could be in there. Like every time you turn around, there's an arrow or a bat thing like just exploding out of nowhere.
Yeah, they were getting on his nerves. And so, yeah, luckily Batman put the jets on him and, created some distance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will say, when Batman did that, Lex's robot looked a lot smaller than when Amazo was fighting it.
Gotcha.
And so I think that's why I was having an issue with scaling. But, yeah, so Lex comes back and Lex is like, hey, Amazo, kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I've had enough of this shit. Kill anybody who tries to stop you. And Batman is like, hey, real quick, what are the percentage chances that he would catch this super aging disease? Yeah. He's like, 1 in 4 million. And what are the chances that the one guy who could make you would, like, what do you think the chances of that are? And Amazo's immediately like, oh, Lex, you did this.
Yeah.
You gave him the disease to motivate him to create me. So Amazo just starts fucking Lex's bot up, cuts leg off.
Bro, that was tough.
Yeah, rips him out of it. And again, scaling wise, that robot was way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
But Lex is about to get dealt with, and Barry kind of has to be like, no, don't. Dr. Ivo would have wanted you to not do that, because this is the only good Dr. Ivo that I've ever seen. Every other time, he's straight up a villain.
Straight up.
But now we're seeing Barry and Iris as old people, and they are celebrating the first day they met with the first meal that Barry ordered when she was a waitress.
Crazy meal.
Yeah, but metabolism. And that's one of the things I liked is after the accident, he made a point to say, "And I'm really hungry."
Yeah, yeah.
So now we're back at their wedding. And Harbinger shows up because he says to Iris, "Hey, something crazy is going to happen on our wedding day. I don't really know what it is, but it's going to be something." And then Harbinger shows up and he's like, "Yep, that's it. That's the thing."
Uh,
That's it.
And he's Harbinger is like, "Hey, Flash, we need you on the ship." And Iris is like, he's not the only motherfucker here. Like, we can save you some trips. We got some folk." Because Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Vixen were ready to go. Like when she
yeah,
popped up, they got suited.
yeah.
And I was like, "See, yeah, I like that." It
Hmm.
was ready. So we start seeing a bunch of people show up on this ship, and we see people meeting alternate versions of each other. So we see that a grown Dick Grayson meets Batman. We see that Helena Wayne, I'm used to her being Bertinelli, but Helena Wayne meets Batman. And don't know what Earth they're from, but whatever, that's fine. We
That's
just
a
know
good
that
film.
their Batman is gone, I guess.
I think I took that as the time when Batman just goes missing, not necessarily dead, but just goes away for a while, leaves Gotham for a while. I guess.
I mean, maybe it's
Yeah, because I feel like they would have said if he's dead, right?
Seemed
yeah.
like
They just said
he might be gone, like he dead.
yeah, like it's unclear.
Yeah.
Because
We'll get to that in the movies.
I figured maybe they're from Earth too, but also who knows because there are way more Earths involved. Like the Aquaman is from like Earth 146.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, like this is I was like so not necessarily to be this guy, but why? Why did y'all bring old ass Black Canary? Because like that's the Black Canary from Justice Society, World War II. So she's from World War II. So if she was grown during World War II, she's old as fuck now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like she was old as fuck. She was like, "Barry, it's so good to see you." And I was like, we couldn't have got a younger Dinah, but
Yeah. What is
okay.
she gonna do?
Nothing. She wasn't
Yeah.
gonna do anything anyway, even if she
Right.
was younger. But that's okay.
Yeah. Like this is not the kind of threat that she's like
You
this is
can't do
above
nothing.
her.
Yeah. Her
Yeah,
expertise are
above
not
a
needed.
lot of people's pay grades.
Right. Yell into
Yeah.
a wall that's coming to destroy you.
Yeah. Like you're not I mean, I think you were just kind of along for the ride. Like
Right.
you knew some people because I was like, Green Arrow, what are you doing here?
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
few people in there.
Like
Amazing Man. Like, there's a
you,
few niggas in there.
Who the
just
fuck is
along for
like
the ride.
learning moment? Do we have time for that? Do we know
Uh,
who is
I
that?
mean,
He's
there
black dude.
there are a lot of people in this, and I don't know much about Amazing Man. I assumed that he was one of the acquisitions like Static Shock was and like Icon,
Mm,
but I don't think so. I think that he's from way back in the day.
that sounds
Uh
like,
like
yeah.
I think he's from All-Star Squadron. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, he's from back in the day. I don't know if he's one of those people who was always black or if he was made black later. But I haven't seen him very much, but I've only seen him black. So, but depending on how old he is, he was probably white once upon a time.
That
Because
sound
we,
like a,
we got Marvel, Wonder Man, and then we got DC, Amazing Man. Well, all right, so
yeah.
y'all was doing one of them things. Okay,
Yeah. Feel like a civil rights type of superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like a,
Yeah, like black exploitation
yeah, exactly.
era. Like
Yeah.
he might be one of those, but
okay,
I'm honestly not familiar with him enough to give any real teaching moment about him.
okay, that's cool. Brandon, not you either, right?
Yeah, I don't know. His outfit was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All
So
right.
yeah, sorry. I
We
yeah,
tried.
he was just a nigga in the room.
Yep.
He's piping up. I'm like, man, shut the hell up, dog.
Because I will say, I was thinking, like, could we get somebody with a little more notoriety to
Yeah, like
say something?
it should be a rank. You can't speak in this meeting
Damn,
unless,
man.
yeah, unless you got a couple bodies, a couple, your resume is tight. You
That
can't
boy
speak,
Brandon Wild. Boy, so you can't speak in this shit because nigga, who are
bro.
you?
Yeah, who are these niggas? That was
Yeah,
I was on purpose. Like, who did?
Oh
get your
god.
man's. Like, what is he
Breaking the
doing?
fourth wall for real. Oh, this nigga, you even got every comic books you got? Okay,
Yeah,
shut up. Okay.
right.
Yeah, who are you?
Exactly.
Because and that's the thing. Like, I figured, okay, because there were a couple of people that we that weren't super familiar. So I was like, maybe he'll be relevant
Yeah,
later, or
right.
they will like make it a point to make sure that we know who, like something like that. Because
Yeah,
with Dr. Light, they kind of did that. They kind of said, she mentioned that she was, a doctor of photography or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever it was.
Photons. Yeah,
And then they said, we gave you the powers of the villain Dr. Light. And anybody who has watched Teen Titans knows who Dr. Light
Knows
is.
who that is. Because
yeah,
I remember watching this with Spencer, and I didn't know who this Asian woman was, but Spencer was like, I know who that is. I was like, how? From what? I've never
yeah,
seen her.
yeah,
And then he was like, yeah, that's what I thought it was.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because whenever uh she was in Gods and Monsters, and I got curious about her then.
Mm,
Gotcha.
And so I kind of looked into her and I was like, oh, okay. So that's
mm,
how I knew who she was. Because, yeah, in Gods and Monsters, they, met with a bunch of doctors that were
mm.
in the DC universe. Like that was kind of one of the points of the movie. And I was like, I know who most of these doctors are, but I didn't know who she was at the time, like when I first watched that movie.
Yeah, I just
So,
think
yeah.
in that meeting there should be you should get like a Justice League badge, right? And it should that badge should tell you
What Brandon was.
if you have the ability to speak. Question can talk as much as you want to. You know what I mean?
And the monitor was like, question was like, I have a question.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
And
He was like,
Monitor
it
was
would
like,
be, it would be
I'd be,
crazy if you did.
yeah, it'd be
yeah,
weird if you didn't have a question.
right.
So go
That's why
ahead.
you're here.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we see that a bunch of people are meeting each other for the first time. Larry, I agree. It would be great if we could have like a video game style, like little number above everybody
Promise you. This
so
shit will
that I
it's gonna
know,
get so much worse.
yeah, so that I know who's from where
yeah,
because this is kind of stupid. Um, because yeah, I'm like, I don't, who are these niggas?
yeah.
Again. So yeah,
This, yeah.
it would have been really great, yeah, if we could just had a number over people's heads so
Or
that we know.
differentiate the suits at least.
Something. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, audience, because when we get into movie 2 and 3, you're gonna be like, well, who was that? Who just I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with it just like you. I don't know which
yeah,
one it was.
right.
Yeah. So the monitor walks in and he's like, "Hello, everybody. I am the Watcher, and I brought y'all here because there's an antimatter wave that is destroying universes, and we need to do something about it." And then they give Batman the floor to kind of be like, you brought these people here, you brought these people here, you brought these people here. So this is obviously a think tank to try to figure out what we're doing."
Hmm.
And I think that's when Amazing Man piped up and he's like, "Think tank, we need to be doing something." And then he was like, "Yes, once we have thought of a
Hmm.
plan, then we will use your big ass to make it happen. So shut up and listen."
I think Ted looked at him like,
And one of the things that was great, Brandon, you and I reviewed the showcase.
Yeah.
That's the same Blue Beetle
Oh, nice.
yeah,
and the
that's
same
him.
question from the showcase.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and they were that was such a good time.
Yeah, it was.
And Nightshade was from that showcase too. Captain Atom wasn't there. Probably should have been.
Yeah,
He's a heavy hitter.
absolutely. Should have.
Maybe he was in the room. It was a big ass room.
It was.
Boy.
But now we're back on Earth 3, and the wave is coming, and the crime syndicate is like, or Ultraman is like, I'm gonna punch it so fucking hard
Oh,
And
God, arrogant.
I
yeah, I
almost
was
said a
like,
stupid. I almost said a word, but that
yeah,
was
I
the
know you did.
dumbest. Yeah,
Yep, we talked
Like, he
about it.
almost got it.
I almost slipped.
It was
That
almost
was
there.
that was one of the
Getting close.
dumbest things I had ever seen.
Oh, shit, boy.
Oh, this is so funny.
If it would have happened,
That
you're
would have
Yeah,
right.
been, that's where it would have happened.
yeah,
Yeah,
And it's so funny because at the beginning we were like, nobody did anything that would qualify. Yep,
I
there was.
forgot about that. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yep.
So Barry is like, hey guys, what's the plan? And
Hmm.
that's his plan. And so everybody starts moving toward it. And then he says, Owlman, come on. You're a
Right.
logic guy. What are we what are we doing? He's
Come
like,
on, brother. For real, you.
no, we've reached the point of dumb shit.
Exactly. Yeah,
So we doing dumb shit.
yeah.
Yeah, they should have brought James Wood back for it,
Yeah,
maybe.
hold on.
Whatever.
Because again, that's what I wanted. I
Uh,
expected him to be James Woods, and he wasn't. But then we get back to the ship. The monitor is like that's where he's explaining, like, hey, I brought every goat here
Hmm.
to try to take care of this. And we see Earth 3 die. We see each member die one by one. So we see their lantern try to make a wall, fail.
how? Nope.
We see Superwoman throwing cars at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. And
It's
finally,
just
she was like, "What's this doing?"
yeah, like it's destroying
That's a
buildings.
bitch.
Right.
That's one of the. I was like, sit your dumb ass down.
Just run the fuck away. I'm not gonna throw a car. I'm
Like
Yeah.
gonna try. I'm gonna try to run as fast as I can. If it catches me, it's gonna catch me. But
it's literally destroying buildings.
Hmm.
And you think that throwing a car is gonna. And I'm glad that I mean it took her a few cars more than I thought it would for her to realize like, oh, this is not doing
they
anything.
ain't doing shit.
Um, we see Ultraman. He's done. We see Owlman set the self-destruct. He's done. And then we see Johnny Quick be the only one to be like, nope.
Yeah.
Thank you, Johnny. I was fucking with Johnny in this movie.
Yeah.
Johnny Quick was like, no, I'm not. I clearly, it's like, I'm going to have to run this way, away from
Yeah.
it. And so, yeah, Flash is like, no, we can jump together. And Johnny's like, I've been stabbed.
It was bad. I don't know why he was the only one because Flash and Barry didn't have nothing hit him.
Bro.
Everything is hitting Johnny. I'm like, damn,
Well,
am I
that's,
the wrong path?
I think that's because whenever Flash got there, he was like, oh, I'm feeling kind of quick. And Johnny was like, I feel so slow right now. And so I think because Flash didn't feel limited by anything, but Johnny did, is why Johnny kept getting hit and Flash wasn't. Because you saw Flash got ahead of him.
Yeah.
So it was very clear that Flash was faster than Johnny at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Johnny, I think, was getting fucked up because his speed was cut in half and he had not played with that handicap before. So he wasn't able to react quick enough and he wasn't himself.
Hmm.
He was literally at 50%. So, yeah, all the debris was fucking him up. So yeah, he gets rebarred because there's always some rebar.
Always.
And yeah, he just gets stabbed. And yeah, Flash is like, come on, Johnny. And he's like, nah,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna just have a seat. It's over, bud.
Right.
And then whenever he dies, Flash immediately gets the power he needs to, get on
Get
up
the
out of
fuck
there.
out of there. Yep.
And then we see that old Barry is talking to none other than Amazo, or at least Amazo's head, and is like, good morning, friend. And Amazo's like, I don't understand jokes. Shut up. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I don't know what that fucking means, Barry.
Oh, well, yeah, he wouldn't have it. It was like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it was like, you say that to me every morning. I don't know what the fuck it means. It's still not funny, Barry. And so, yeah, Amazo's kind of helping them figure out the crisis, and he's got the pretty much cosmic hamster wheel, and yeah. So they're back on Monitor ship now, and he brings everybody some coffee, and he's like, yeah, I took some shit from this world and some shit from that world, and I just, made up just made up some coffee. I figured y'all might need it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the room with the brains in it.
Right.
So, and yeah, everybody's like, this coffee fucking delicious.
This coffee, Mr. Terrific said, I hate coffee and this shit is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, this is the best coffee I've ever had. And Flash is like, yeah, I concocted something special for y'all. But yeah, I was able to siphon off all of the Speed Force from Earth 3 because it's gone now, but the
Mhm.
Speed Force is forever.
Real quick. Brandon, in the movie Superman, what was that one place's name? What was not Iran, but the other place? You remember it started with a J. Jaranpur.
Jahanpur. Yeah.
Jaranpur, yeah.
So they mentioned he got them coffee beans from Jaranpur in this. I
Okay.
really thought that in Superman, that was the first time we've ever heard about it. So I put that connection together. Like,
Gotcha.
look at this.
That's a good
Yeah,
call.
I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like usually the places in DC are already like they already exist in DC.
Yeah.
Like
I think
I don't remember the last time DC made up a brand new location.
James Gunn made up the Bravia.
Okay.
I think he made that up, but everything else, I think he.
Well, okay.
He may have made up Baravia because he needed it to serve a specific purpose in the
Exactly.
movie.
Yeah. He needed it to,
like
for
he
his villain and all that stuff.
Like he couldn't
That's
use
cool.
Corto Maltese or
Right. Too much history.
or the place in Creature Commando, the place where that girl was from.
Oh, I forgot I know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So Flash explains like, oh yeah, I use super speed vibrations to do whatever the fuck I want.
This frustrated the hell out of me because I'm like, why wouldn't you think Flash first? To me, if I'm a DC, and I understand these people have no understanding of the previous universes, they don't know this nigga done got them out of so many different situations. The fact that they exist is due to something Flash did. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, but I'm also like, there's a big wall coming. What is the only thing probably that's viable? Probably speed of some sort. Either we get up out of here and like we try to outrun it, or we do something. But like or teleport somewhere, you know what I mean? Something to that degree. But the fact that like he had to literally be in their faces to think of it, and luckily he brought them some coffee. Like I was just like, all right, bro.
Well, and again, they don't. This is a world where they don't know what all this Flash can do. Like they're not aware of that.
These are geniuses. They don't know what the Speed Force is. Come on.
Well, Flash is still trying to figure it out himself. In World War II, Jay Garrick teaches Flash some shit that Flash wasn't aware of. Because we see in this movie, like, Flash's accident, and we don't know how much time has really passed between the accident happening and him, like, getting in the world. But this is a very, like, the Earth that all of this happens on, I guess this version of Earth 1, it's still pretty early in the process. Like, the Justice League isn't even formed yet. And so this is a situation where Barry is still learning a lot about the Speed Force, and we don't know what the Speedster situation is on any other Earth. We don't know which Earth all of these people are from. I'm assuming everybody that we hadn't seen before is from Earth 1. Like, I assume Dr. Light and Mr. Terrific. Like, I assume they were from Earth 1, but also who the fuck knows? Because that's unclear. But I'm not mad about them not knowing a lot of this shit because even again in Justice Society, like Jay was teaching Flash shit that Flash didn't know about.
I mean,
and didn't Flash teach Jay some shit that he didn't know about? Like, oh, we can do that?
Yeah, like they were learning together.
Which is fine. If that's the mode, that's fine. But to hear, I just vibrated really fast and phased through whatever. And they were like, oh, all right, we're building machines that can do that. And it was just like, oh, okay. So you didn't know, you had no clue this existed. You found out it existed. And now in 10 minutes, we've gotten towers on every Earth. Like they didn't show the process at all. Like they
it was the Monitor who, because whenever Flash said that, the Monitor was the one who was like, oh, we just do that.
Yeah.
We just phase all of the Earths through the antimatter wave. And it was Mr. Terrific who was like, yeah, and we don't need to build very many to be able to handle
Right.
everything. Because I
Yeah.
thought he said we just need to build one.
I thought he said something. Start
You
one
got
and it
one that's
starts.
activated and everything
Yeah.
else will activate. Yeah.
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 Yeah. If I was monitor, I would have been pissed. I'm like, nigga, I could have. I brought all you geniuses here, and he told me one thing, and I was just like, oh, okay. I
Sometimes
was
it
not
be like
arguing.
that. Sometimes it be like that though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
genius. I mean, what was that Fantastic Four? Reed was trying to do something, and then some simple thing happened, and he was like, "Oh no, Sue said something." He's like, "Sue, you're a genius." I didn't even think about that, but that's it. That's it right
Yeah.
there. Boom.
Yeah. Move
Hey,
heaven
be
to
like
earth
that,
and something like that. Yeah.
yeah, like, why don't we just take the Earth and move it over here?
Yeah.
man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's like, yeah, I can just use super speed to do whatever the fuck I want. And yeah, everybody was like, let's just do that. Let's just
Yeah.
use super speed to do whatever the fuck we want. That's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So they start, getting the building. They start constructing towers to make things happen. And the antimatter wave is like, oh, y'all think y'all slick.
Right.
Oh, okay. I got something for y'all. And that thing starts moving.
2x speed.
And that was crazy.
Yeah.
I was with Batman. Like, this thing isn't sentient. How to do that?
Yeah.
That's because, yeah, Batman was the one who said this thing is adapting, and the Monitor was like, "What the fuck do you mean? Like, it's not, it's natural, it's not sentient." Batman was like,
Yeah.
it sure is acting
We,
like it's sentient.
yeah. We came up with a plan and it immediately sped up. That, yeah.
Yeah, that thing knew what the fuck was going on. So,
That was crazy. I'd hate for something like that to happen. Like, oh, stop.
Yeah.
Just
I
think
mean,
if a tornado did that, bro. That'd be crazy.
Bro,
that's the
crazy.
example I was going to give you.
Like,
My
what?
parents got in the car. This is the 2013 tornado. Because my dad was like, I know how tornadoes travel. They travel northeast to southwest or whatever. And so they get in the car and they start heading in the opposite direction. That motherfucker turned and started heading toward them. Because I happened to be in Texas when this was happening. So me and my cousin were monitoring the tornado
Yeah.
while they were in the car. And we were like, guys, bad news.
Right.
The tornado has changed course.
Yeah.
It is now
He
headed
would-
to where y'all are going.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's exactly what happened. They were like, let's make a plan to go this way. And yeah, the cataclysm was like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
we going that way.
Mm-hmm.
We are going that way. So, yeah, similarly, they were like, yeah, we got time. Today I got time. No, you don't.
Right.
And so that thing starts moving a little faster. And Batman is like, yeah, I don't care how you feel. This is what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Old Man Barry and Iris working on their tower. And this is where we find out that Flash can give people super speed. Because whenever we first see Old Man Barry, we see him look outside and there's a bird who's not moving.
Yeah.
And we see that Iris is moving at regular speed. And so this is where we see that he gave her super speed because they were like, they see the antimatter wave coming, like it's already happening. And we see Iris reporting on it. And Flash, one of the, like, what happens is the old man appears and he's like, run to her. Like, go to her right now.
Yeah.
That boy dropped that damn cable and dipped out.
Yeah, he was like, I'm in the middle of something. Go to her right the fuck now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Say less. So he goes to her and he's like, no, gives her a hug, puts her in the speed force. Now they're both moving at super speed so that they can just live a life together. And they're the only, like, they have each other. That's it.
Yeah.
Because there's no, like, everybody else is moving super slow, except for Amazo, luckily. But yeah, so that's where we find out that Barry can, like, grant other people super speed. Or rather, I guess, pull them into the speed force where they're moving at the same speed that he is.
Yeah.
That's what I took it to mean. And so they are, building the tower, working, and they're even older than they were old earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Like they old as fuck at this point. Like like they cotton top. And Iris,
Right, never heard concept.
I
That
ain't
nigga-
either. What?
so Iris is working.
I'm saying, all right, go ahead.
So Iris is working, and then she just kind of falls over. Like
Yeah.
she need a life alert.
She do. Hey, that wrench took it out of her, bro.
Oh, no, I can't
Yeah.
get up.
Wrench took it out of her.
I have
And Barry
fallen.
told her, he's like, let me do that. And he's like, oh, don't try to be sexist.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
See,
Yeah.
did I get you? See,
Yeah.
did I get you?
Fell over, broke her hip, and she's like, "Barry, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
But
And he don't hear because he old as hell too. My hearing ain't what it used to be.
yeah, you're going
I
to
just
speak
happened
up.
to turn around. And
Yeah. He's like, man,
Oh, she
damn it,
was
I gotta
there.
turn around.
So yeah, it's like I don't have the hip mobility that I used to
Right.
have. Like,
Oh no.
so yeah, she dies, and honestly, like I thought she died with her eyes open, and I was like, that was realistic. And then she like properly like and
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, all right,
We got that like that. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, she dies, and then Barry is ready for activation, and Amazo's like, I miss her.
Yep.
Like, y'all were my only friends.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
That was.
And so he's like, Amazo, is this gonna work? Inconclusive.
Oh, when
Nigga,
that
I
boy
don't-
said, "Hey man, I don't." When the AI tells you, "I don't know," I'm like, "What do
Yeah,
you
this
mean? You supposed to know
this is not
shit."
good. It is your job to know.
Is exactly
I don't. That's in your vocabulary.
right.
Yeah. Like
What's the probability at least?
you are here to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, I don't know. So he comes out of super speed because they were like, oh shit, the wave is here, the thing's not done being built. What are we gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And then Flash comes out of super speed and starts running, and they were like, oh shit, it's built. Good
Yeah.
job, Flash.
I like that. Yeah, I like that part.
And yeah, he starts running. There are some explosions. The antimatter wave passes through. Unfortunately, there was an explosion. Amazo doesn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Flash doesn't make it either, I guess. We see the Spectre appear to the Monitor. The Monitor's like, nigga, I don't believe in you.
Right.
Spectre's like, well, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
You hoped. Sound like you was
Yeah.
hoping.
Yeah, I didn't. But that was another weird conversation. Like I don't know what to take from this. Yeah.
I kind of like it because I kind of like it is like you thought. I mean, everyone knows that. For those that don't know, they might be like, "Oh, Monitor's top. He's one of the top guys." And it's like, no, there's a whole.
Yeah, as far as the hierarchy,
Yeah.
Monitor's not as high as you would assume he is.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Spectre kind of up there.
Yeah. Spectre's up there.
And so, yeah, Spectre is, and we'll talk about it later, like, because we have seen Spectre before.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it later. So, then he appears to Barry and kind of says to Barry, like, hey, well, actually, we can talk about it. So, in House of Mystery,
Yep.
we see that Spectre appears to Constantine
Mhm.
and says to Constantine, like, hey, you gonna have to face punishment for the shit you did. And I tried to make it easy for you. I really did. I tried to give you the smoothest. I tried to make this smooth for you, but you were on that shit. So now it will be it will be decided for you, and I can't help you.
Yep.
So the Spectre shows up to Barry and is like, "Hey Barry, time travel shit is a problem."
Mhm.
So, because he's like, "Are you Death?" It's like, I mean, me and Death are friends. Like we roll in the same circles.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, she looked better.
Yeah. He's like, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, Death look better than I do.
Yeah.
So there's a reason Thanos was trying to have her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he lets Barry know, like, yeah, all this shit, it's kind of your fault, Barry.
Yeah.
And you must answer for that. And it is the Speed Force itself that will pass judgment on you. So you are at its mercy because you belong to the Speed Force.
I outsource your punishment to the procedures of the Speed Force.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's you.
Yeah.
Y'all know each
Oh,
other.
and real quick, we didn't. I don't think that we passed the part. You didn't tell the audience who Harbinger ended up being.
Oh, in the synopsis I said it, but
Oh,
we'll
okay, cool, cool. All right.
we'll I think I said it. Anyway, we'll talk about it here in a minute. I'm pretty sure I put it in the synopsis. But uh yeah, so we see old Barry appear at the accident. So, a little flashback in the beginning of the movie when Barry was like flashing through his life, we saw that there was somebody talking to him and then that person disappeared. So we see that from the other side. And then in Warworld, we saw during Batman's section of Warworld, an old man appeared to him and was, Bruce, it's you. Go back to the beginning, whatever.
Dude,
Um, and then he disappears. I don't know if that means he died or
I think,
I
well,
also think he died, but
okay.
also it's unclear.
I'm trying to think in the Constantine portion. He had to face his punishment. He died, right? Or am I,
Constantine?
yeah. Or am I tripping with
N-
Spectre?
No, Constantine was just dragged into like it was a situation where he was like, the universe will decide your
Right.
punishment, and Constantine was like, no, anything but that. Please kill me.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope, it's above me now.
That's right. Okay. So it's basically like an opposite, almost like he wanted death. So the universe is like, nah.
Nah, come here.
Yeah. Right. Whereas Flash didn't want death and wanted to be on Earth with Iris. And they're like, I think, yeah, I think he's dead, but who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody on the ship is like, yay, we did it. We're celebrating. Everything is great. And then Supergirl is talking to Dawnstar. And Dawnstar starts, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah. She snapped.
Yeah, she's starting to snap away. And so Supergirl's like, Brainiac 5, do something. And he's like,
Yeah.
I can't because I too
And being snapped
am
away.
I also don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
And he's like, Whatever happens, just know I love you."
Hmm.
But the
Whatever I
course,
did makes us not exist anymore.
yeah,
Right.
something happened and things have changed.
Yeah.
So we don't make it to this point. So, and I'm kind of thinking like, well, that's weird because if the antimatter wave was going to destroy that Earth, then how are they there? If they then stop the antimatter wave, and we gonna have to see.
Yeah.
We gonna have to see, but questions.
And
Plenty of
that's why the question is there
yeah.
you
to
gonna
say
you
what the
gonna have to
fuck is
watch the
happening.
next movie next time on Dragon Ball Z. What the what?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are doing next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get Thanos snapped, and then the movie ends.
Do we know? Can you guys tell me like what is the release gap between one and two? Like, was it
A
like
couple
a
of months. Oh,
was
yeah,
it
hold on, Spencer.
yeah, was it
Save
for a
that. Save that for a
while?
minute. Hold on. Retry that again.
There's 3 months between them, pretty much.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay,
because
yeah,
we
'cause-
watched them, and when they release on Blu-ray, it takes a little while for it to get on uh what you call
Streaming.
it on HBO for us to
uh,
watch. Because
okay,
we ain't buying no Blu-ray. We're watching on HBO.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure that me and Spencer watched everything last year.
got it, okay,
So
Yes,
I
yeah, we
think
watched it all in 24.
you said it was released in July, and I feel like that was late.
No,
I could have sworn.
January.
There you go. Okay, January. I
okay,
thought you said July. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I apologize if I said July. It was January 9th, 2024.
Okay. Okay.
got it,
I
okay,
thought you said
okay.
So
that,
that
that
may
makes
have
that
been
makes
on
a
me.
lot more sense then.
I,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to know like the gap of like if you watched it when it came out, how long did you have before questions start getting answered in two? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's 3 months between each of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
There you go. That makes sense.
So, Larry, we'll start with you. Scale of 1 to 10.
Well, scale to 1 to 10. And this first one, man, you have to rate it appropriately for it being a part one. You can't just go in and be like, man, part one was trash. Well,
Yeah.
there was a reason why it's trash because part one, you got to see how everything goes. When you get to part three and say it's trash, that makes most sense. But,
Mhm.
unlike Brandon, I enjoyed the Amazo fight. I enjoyed the first part of it because I'm really liking to look at this new Amazo design, number one. And he's really fucking him up. And once again, Batman was like, oh nah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Batman really should have done that shit and with Doomsday and the death of Superman. But he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really should have. But
Well,
I
and
enjoyed
Batman may have figured like an airstrike ain't gonna do nothing. Like if Wonder Woman can't hang with him,
Yeah.
an airstrike ain't gonna do nothing.
boy. So I guess I would give this a man. We should have rated this one if we first. When I first watched it with Spencer, I was like, oh, okay, we'll see where this gonna go. Then, okay, we're here, so we'll see. So I guess I'd give it a 7.5, a 7. Yeah. Let's see which one I want to go with. I'd say a 7.5. I'm okay with that.
Okay. That's generous.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Is 7.5 high?
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
let's go with 7 then. If that's
No,
because I
no,
remember how you
no,
guys read. I remember no, because I remember how you guys redid your shit. You were thinking about it, and I was like, you got a point.
Yeah.
If that was that, then I have to understand where my stuff is with it. Like, okay, that's 3 away from a perfect. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll go with a 6.5. I think I'm okay with that.
Because yeah, like that's what I've started having to do is be like, okay, is it better than dot dot
Yeah.
dot? And
Right.
Yeah.
that has to inform my decision because there are definitely some movies I've given a 7 and I'm like, I
Boy,
was I
that
was
that
drunk.
episode had me rolling.
Yeah. We have one on the.
Right, at the time, this is what you're thinking. I was like, oh no, that's not. But no, I get
Yeah.
this one is. We gotta start going to 13s and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We got a scheduled episode in the future where we're gonna clean up a lot of. We're gonna go over literally
Yeah.
our scores one by one.
Because yeah,
But
some of them are egregious, and
egregious.
I have no problem admitting that I was drunk. I don't know what happened.
That's my bad, y'all. I don't know. I was in the
Yeah.
moment.
Like
Right.
that brand new movie bias.
Yeah.
It only works sometimes because there are a lot of times I'll see a movie be like that was garbage, and then I'll see it a second time and be like, okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't as bad as I remember it being. And then, but it usually works the opposite way. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that movie was pretty good, and then I watch it again or I think about it, and I'm like, oh, it was not pretty good.
Yeah. I'm glad we document that stuff. But for me, I'm gonna go strong 6. Strong 6 for me. I think there was some moments in the writing that I thought was really good. Like I really enjoyed the like we talked about the Amazo part at the end where he was like, thank you for allowing me to complete my objective. Like that was good.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's good stuff. So I don't think it's bad. It's not a bad movie, but to be an opening for a Justice League movie, I just have higher standards. So I'm
That is
gonna go
true.
6. I'm gonna go
I think
6.
I think that's where I am. Like I'm in a situation where like it is definitely not the worst movie I've seen. It is not even the worst movie in this universe, but I expect more from this being the beginning of the finale.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 6 because when I think like 5.5, this is better than 5.5s that I've
Mm-hmm.
given. So I go 6,
Okay.
and also taking into consideration the fact that it's a part one,
Yeah.
because
You
we
have
know
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's tough to make an excellent part one.
Yeah.
Like that is a tall order.
Really
Uh,
is.
the only time I remember it being done,
The Halloween.
Long Halloween Part 1 was pretty good. I was talking about Dark Knight Returns.
Oh,
Uh,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, those two. I mean, you got part one of Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, and of Death of Superman. You know, part one was good too because part one was really good. Doomsday was fucking them up. And you know, it
yeah,
happened, and you're just like, what we doing now?
And
Okay.
that's the thing. That one wasn't billed as a part one. It absolutely was because it was Death of Superman and then Reign of the Supermen. So it was a part one, part two, but it wasn't
Uh-huh.
like
Bill, yeah,
set up that way.
yeah.
Like Death of Superman started and ended.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So yeah.
And I don't know, Into the Spider Verse that counts, but
That's
uh,
I think that's a sequel rather than a part one,
or
part
not a,
two. Or no, across and
yeah,
then
I
whatever's
got you.
that was you're right. Like
Yeah,
we haven't seen part two yet, but since we know that that's a part one, that is an excellent part one.
yeah.
Hold on. What's the part one?
Across the
I
Spider
thought,
Verse.
I thought it was going to be Into, Across, and then Beyond.
Oh,
Yeah, Into the Spider Verse.
I thought Across was a part one. Was it
No,
I
not?
the
don't.
first one.
I think there's all a part one, two, three. Part one was supposed to be Into. Part two is Across, and part three is supposed to be Beyond.
I
That's
think
what
that's
I
right.
thought. So you're
Okay.
saying they're supposed to be doing an Across part two, and then a new sequel,
No,
which is
no,
going to
no,
be
no.
Beyond.
Just it'll be three. I think I got the name wrong of the
Okay,
first one.
so it's just a trilogy. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Uh
yeah, yeah.
okay, well
Into
then
the
yeah,
Spider Verse. Yeah,
that's not a part one, part two then.
yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. And think of them as the Justice League show. How many part one, part two? If they were always part one, part two,
Most of
how
them
many part
were.
threes did we have? Just
Only a
one to hit
couple.
the
Yeah,
finale for season one and season two?
I
I
think
Because the
think so.
Danagarian War had to be a part
yeah.
three,
Yeah.
and I couldn't tell you how. See, I don't remember how season two ended. It had to be Dark Side, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't remember
I
either.
also don't remember. It's been a while.
It's
Yeah,
been a while. He had to
And
beat Dark Side's ass. Batman was like, "We gotta go." He was
yeah,
like, "No."
yeah.
and you know, we may review that show on this show. We're gonna see what happens.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great
So,
time.
gentlemen, anything else on this movie?
Um, yeah, like I said, I don't remember us saying that Harbinger revealed herself to be Supergirl, and he was like, "Oh, okay." Don't know where the fuck that came from. That was out of nowhere, but that's fine. Maybe you'll explain that in another time.
Yeah.
Uh,
I did say it in the synopsis, so
okay,
the people do the people did hear that.
okay,
But yeah, as far as that being revealed, we will probably get deeper into that in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I think I think overall it's a good time. I'm definitely looking forward to the next couple movies. Um, but yeah, this universe I am also like when you know you're close to the end of something that you think is kind of like excited as well because you're like it's almost over. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
I'll put it this way: the movie before this one in this universe was, as people regard Ant-Man Quantumania in the MCU,
Mm,
and they needed this to hit to save it
yeah,
because I'm telling you, War World had me so I was so mad. I
yeah.
remember we stopped that shit, and I looked how much time was left, and I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
What do you what's happening?
Right.
I haven't seen the world. Boy, I was so pissed.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I barely made it through that. I'm so glad, Spencer, you didn't ask me to be a part of that one.
Oh yeah.
That would have been homework.
That would have been a chore.
That would
Yeah.
have been literal homework.
And that's the thing.
Wait.
I have said like sometimes, and I said it really whenever I did Batman Ninja. I said
Oh,
getting through the movie is
Hey,
tough, but reviewing it is a good time.
Spencer, Yakuza League is on HBO Max now.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you okay? Have you done it yet? You gonna do it? You already watch it?
Time will tell.
All right. Yeah, I saw your kids league out there. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
So,
Yeah,
uh,
that's funny.
in the next episode, we will be discussing Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. So until then, salutations.